Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mike. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing well, and today I want to talk about the number one accessory for my camera, which I use all the time when I'm recording outside of my studio, when trying to record cinematic footage, and that is a variable ND filter. Variable ND filters are extremely important if you want to achieve a cinematic look for your videos. And the number one reason why that is because you want to have natural motion blur. The best way to demonstrate why you need an ND filter for your footage is to show you a little clip of my drone and take a look at the propellers. If I am not using an ND filter, the camera is going to crank up the shutter speed to an extremely large number. So in this case, it's 1/4000. And the reason why the camera is doing that is to compensate for the huge amount of light that is coming to the sensor. So the camera is using an extremely high shutter speed in order to properly expose your shot, and it's not looking good. Now let's compare this to a clip which I recorded with an ND filter on. It's properly exposed and I'm using the right shutter speed, which is always double your frame rate. So in my case, this is 1/50th of a second. As you can see, the difference is just huge. The amount of motion blur in those two different clips is just very different. So the motion blur in the clip with the variable ND filter is definitely a lot more realistic, natural, and better looking. So that's the main point of using an ND filter. Unfortunately, having to deal with different lighting conditions often means that you need to screw off one filter, put another one. So in some situations, you start with ND8 and later you need to change that to ND16 or ND32 or even ND64. So that's very inconvenient. So because of that, variable filters are extremely useful to have. With variable filters, you can easily just rotate the ring and change the strength on the filter. So you can easily go from ND8 to ND32 if you want to, by simply adjusting the strength of the filter. So Freewell has come up with their brand new variable ND filter set, and I had the pleasure to test them before they released them officially to the public. And I want to tell you a bit more about these filters. So here I have a package which holds two different sets of variable ND filters, the 2 to 5 stop and the 6 to 9 stop. Generally, the 2 to 5 stop should be just fine for your regular usage when you're shooting with your camera. The 6 to 9 is for extremely bright sunny conditions, or in case you're shooting in a snowy situation where there's a lot of snow and everything is super bright around you. But for the most part, I use the 2 to 5 stop the most. Besides the filter, you also get a magnetic lens cap which fits perfectly on top of the filter, so you can easily store your camera with the filter on it in your backpack. The lens cap is very solid and the magnets are very strong, so it's definitely going to be secure in your backpack. It's not going to fall off. One thing which I don't really like is the fact that when you put the filter in the box, you cannot put it in the box with the lens cap on. You always need to remove it. So that's something small which I don't really like about the packaging. But generally, the negative things which I can say about the variable filters from Freewell are very few. Something which I don't really like is the fact that in the beginning, when you start using the variable ND filter, the rotation of the ring is a bit hard, so it's not very smooth to change between different strengths of the filter. And compare that to the Polar Pro variable ND filter, which I use all the time, where the rotation is very fluid, very smooth. It takes a little bit of time to get used to that, but I asked Freewell and they actually told me that this thing is going to become easier with time. The more you use the filter, it's going to get smoother to change the strength of the filter. So at least in the beginning, it will be a bit harder to change between the strengths, but it will get easier as you go. Other than that, I'm really satisfied with the quality of the variable filter itself. There is no color shifting, there is no vignetting, there is no cross when you turn the ND filter all the way up to the maximum strength. And I'm quite happy with the quality that I'm getting from these filters, both the 2 to 5 and the 6 to 9. And also compared to the Polar Pro variable ND filter, I don't really see a difference in the quality of my image. It looks pretty much the same, so I'm really happy that Freewell are definitely upping their game and they're just producing products that are really good and also very high quality, but the best thing about these filters is the price. Let's be honest, PolarPro's filters are quite expensive. The 2 to 5 stop is $249, the 6 to 9 stop is $299, and the whole set with both of these filters is, I believe, $449, which is quite a lot for 2 filters. So here Freewell are pricing their filters at $109 each, so they both get the same price. And if you decide to get them in a pack, the 2 to 5 and the 6 to 9 together, you are going to pay $199. It's important to mention that this is the introductory price. It's going to get higher than that after a while, so make sure you're aware about that if you want to order your filters. But generally, I think the difference in the price is huge compared to PolarPro. As you know, I'm a huge fan of PolarPro and all of the products they make, but it's just impossible not to talk about this, as I know many people are looking for cheaper alternatives to PolarPro and their products. So if you're looking for something more affordable, then maybe the Freewell variable ND filters would be a great fit for you. Like I said, I've been able to use these filters for a couple weeks now for my previous videos, and I am extremely happy with the quality that I've been getting, and I really believe they are a good alternative for some people who are looking for cheaper variable ND filters. And there you guys have it. This has been my video about the Freewell variable ND filters. Please let me know in the comment section if you have any questions about these filters, and I'll be sure to reply. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe with your notifications on to be notified every single time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Mike from Drone Supremacy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao!